Today's read aloud is called The Three Little Pigs. I know most of you know this story, but let's go over some vocabulary. The first word is blazing. Say blazing. Blazing means hot and bright. Chimney. Say chimney. A chimney is a hollow passage that allows smoke to escape from a building. Huff. Say huff. Huff means to blow air out or breathe out heavily. And the last word is puff. Say puff. Puff means to make a sudden gust of smoke, air, breath, or wind. This is a picture of straw. Say straw. This is a picture of sticks. Say sticks. And this is a picture of bricks. Say bricks. Okay, this is the story of the three little pigs. Now I know most of you know this story, so you can help me out. When the little pigs say, "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," make sure you say it with me. And then when the big bad wolf says, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," make sure you say that with me too. Okay, are you ready? Let's start. The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs who lived with their mother. One day, the mother pig said to the three little pigs, "You are all grown up now. It's time for you to go out into the world and live on your own." So the three little pigs gave their mother a big hug and kiss and set out to find their own places to live. They walked down the road and soon saw a man with a wagon full of straw. "Why, I could build a house of straw in no time," thought the first little pig. So the first little pig said to the man, "Please, sir, may I have some straw so that I may build a house?" The kind man gave him the straw, and the first little pig quickly built his house. He finished so quickly that he lay down contentedly in the shade to take a nap for the rest of the day. The other two pigs continued on their way. It wasn't long before they passed a man with a cart full of sticks. I could build a house of sticks," thought the second little pig. "It will take a little more time than my brother's house of straw, but it will be a fine house." So the second little pig said to the man, "Please, sir, may I have some sticks so that I may build a house?" The kind man gave him the sticks, and the second little pig set about building his house. He finished the house in a little while, and then he, too, lay down contentedly in the shade to take a nap. The third little pig continued on his way. In a little while, he passed a man with a wheelbarrow full of bricks. "Aha! I could build a house of bricks," thought the third little pig. "It's true that it will take more work than the houses of my brothers, but it will be well worth it. When something is well worth it, it may not be easy to get or make, but it is important or useful." So he said to the man, "Please, sir, may I have some bricks so that I may build a house?" The kind man gave him the bricks, and the third little pig set about building his house. He worked and worked in the hot afternoon sun, taking care to lay each brick just so. At about this time, a big bad wolf came trotting down the lane. He saw the first little pig napping in the shade of his straw house. "Yum, yum, that pig would make a tasty bite to eat," thought the big bad wolf. But the little pig saw him coming and ran inside his house of straw, slamming the door behind him. The little pig breathed a sigh of relief because he remembered that his mother had always said that wolves were not to be trusted. Now the big bad wolf knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me come in. Do you think the little pig should let the wolf in? Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin, answered the first little pig. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down, said the wolf. And he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house down. As the straw blew everywhere, the first little pig ran away. Rubbing his stomach and now feeling hungrier than ever, the big bad wolf strolled farther down the lane and soon came upon the second little pig napping in the shade of his stick house. The little pig saw him coming and ran inside his house of sticks. The big bad wolf knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me come in. Do you think the second little pig should let the wolf in? Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin, answered the second little pig. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down, said the big bad wolf. And he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house of sticks down. The little pig ran away just in the nick of time. Now the wolf's stomach growled loudly. He was feeling so hungry. Soon the wolf came upon the third little pig, who had just finished building his brick house. The little pig looked up. There were his two brother pigs running toward him, and right behind them was the big bad wolf. All three pigs hurried into the house of bricks and locked the door behind them. The big bad wolf knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me come in. Do you think the third little pig should let the wolf in? Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin, answered the third little pig. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down, said the big bad wolf. Well, the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, and he puffed, and then he puffed, and he huffed, and he puffed some more. But he could not blow down that house of bricks. You can't get me. My house is too strong, shouted the third little pig from inside his house. Ha, said the wolf. I'm stronger and smarter than you. I'm on my way up the roof, and I'll come down the chimney to get you. Remember, a chimney is the structure that allows the smoke from a fire to go out of a house. Now, the third little pig was no fool. He had already guessed that the wolf might try to come down the chimney, so he already had a blazing fire in the fireplace and a big kettle of boiling water heating over the fire. When something is blazing, it is hot and bright, so the fire was hot and bright. Thinking that he was clever as could be, the big bad wolf jumped down the chimney. Splash! Ouch! The big bad wolf jumped right out of that boiling hot water and ran away, never to be seen again. And the three little pigs lived happily ever after. The end. Thank you for helping me read. Go ahead and answer the questions.